Anuradha Vedic Astrology. Today we are going to talk about seeing enmity from our charts. Yes, the many times we have a lot of differences with people. Who are those people we can have differences with? How does those difference pan out? Do they move into an extreme enmity or are they controlled? All these things and more. But before that, a big thanks to all of you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube and Spotify channels and writing in your views and comments there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, then please do. And please remember to press the bell icon so that you can get the updates as soon as the videos and the audios are released. So, which is the house that comes to the house to be known as the house of enemies? The first thing that we talk about when we see enmities or when we have to see enmities is the sixth house, because in all the Shastras, it is mentioned as Rog, Ripu, Rin. That means diseases, enemies, and deaths. So the house that is important when we need to check on our enemies. Before we get started very strongly on that, I'd like to tell you that enemies can also be happening, or the people that we have our differences with, they can also be seen, and they will show a very strong effect. So what are the points that will create enmity? First, we need to see what is the association of the sixth lord. Whoever is the sixth lord associated with, that planet along with the sign of that planet. Okay, sign associated. Second is the placement of the sixth lord. Where is the sixth lord present? Because Phaldeepika very categorically states that wherever a lord is placed, wherever the lord of a particular house goes and sits, it functions for its own house from that place. So we need to check out where the sixth lord is placed. From there, it will cause enmities or create problems for the concerned person. And when any planet is placed in the sixth house, obviously it has a lordship over one or two houses, then those houses can also bring in a certain amount of enmity. Okay, now can a person get out of this? Yes, a person can gain victory over their enemies if the sixth lord is placed in a Dusthana, 6, 8, 12 houses. That means there's a Viprit Raj Yoga working, and you have a probability, or you do have a ability to gain victory over these people. It is in the sign of debilitation. It is in its enemy house. In that case, the sixth lord becomes defunct. It is not able to, or these planets become defunct and they are not able to give good results. It is combust. Combustion is a process that takes away the energy of the planet, and hence that planet will not be able to give that better result. We have to compare the sixth lord and the ascendant, and we have to see which is stronger of the two. If sun is placed in the ninth house, you're in a very good place to go, and you will be able to have a lot of win, or you will be able to stay strong in life and win over your enemies. So, but I have also observed in practical experience when we are seeing charts that the benefic aspect on the sixth house, the malefic aspect on the sixth house matters greatly. If there are malefic aspects on the sixth house, or the sixth lord is associated with malefics, you will have stronger enemies, but you will definitely be able to overcome. That's a different issue. We can always check the chart for other things, but you will have stronger enemies if there are malefic planets in the sixth house, if there are malefics associated with the sixth lord. Again, if there are benefic planets which aspect your sixth house, sixth lord, in that case, you will not allow things, or those benefic aspects, those benefic planets will not allow things to go out of hand. They will have a controlling effect there. So let us see these practical examples also. First and foremost, and one more thing is that even if the planet is same, the sign is same, The house here, if it differs, a lot of things matters. And if the nakshatra differs, you will see the behavior of the person changes. I've got two charts in which Mars is placed in its sign of debilitation in Cancer. But in the first chart, see, this is the Scorpio Lagna, and as a Scorpio Lagna, Mars becomes the sixth lord, also in addition to being the Lagna lord. So the person can also create enmities of the self, but that's a different thing. It's also placed in the ninth house. It is debilitated. So how does it work for the person? For this person, this Mars being debilitated is also associated with Saturn. Saturn here is a malefic, and we know that because both of these Saturn and Mars are retrograde, so they show a very strong cheshta bal. Both of them are strong, so we know that for a fact that it is creating problems for the person. Ninth house represents your father. The person had strong issues with father. In fact, so much so as both of them refused to talk to each other. They lived under the same roof. In fact, the person also did not stay with his father for a long time, was traveling most of his youth and the adult age. And so a lot of differences with the father, did not stay much with the father. And hence things could not come to a very bad shape, but there was huge amount of differences. And we see that Sun is also strong because Sun is sitting in the Lagna. So the person himself is a very strong personality, so to speak. Here, Mars is in Pushya Nakshatra. A person capable of giving back as good as you get and then adding some more, in the sense that you can preach the person, tell them this is the place you are wrong and this is how you have to behave. Because it's Mars and a retrograde one, so it gives a very strategic answer to those people. Let's move ahead and see the second chart. Again, Gemini Lagna, Mars in the sign of debilitation in Cancer. But the point here is it's in the second house and it's aspected by a retrograde strong Jupiter from its own house of Pisces in the 10th house. We have to understand the difference here very clearly, that this Mars is talking about enmities with family members, but it is not enmity per se. It doesn't escalate into a point where you could go into a fist fight. It is being debilitated, a good thing that a person may not be able to go shout much or do a lot of things. And because it is aspected by a benefic, let's see the nakshatra. It's in Aslesha nakshatra. Aslesha nakshatra has a very strong point of watch and wait. Wait and watch, and then at the right time strike. So the person has the ability to just observe a lot of things that's going around, does not give their opinion a lot, but when the time arises at the right place, lets the other person know that they are not very comfortable with what is happening, and that is their way of letting others be aware that they are not very happy about certain things, but they don't bring the enormity or bring the enmity right there in the face of the person. Classical chart, Ramchandraji's chart, we can take it and we can see that in his chart, there's just Rahu sitting in the 6th house. We say that Rahu in the 6th house is good, yes, but it gave him enemies right from birth, and there is no benefic influence. So it was never, he was never able to get away from the enemies. He had to sustain them, he had to fight them out and grow tall. So, and grow victorious. See, Ramchandraji's sun is exalted. So he was able to get a strong hold over the nation because he had the ability to conquer all his enemies. That makes a lot of difference. So next time we feel deflected, we can always use that as a stepping stone, as a moral boosting power. Till we meet with you again, stay safe and stay away from the enemies. Thank you. बेल आइकन को दबाएं ताकि आपको वीडियोस की अपडेट मिलती रहे. हमारे वीडियोस को लाइक करें, शेयर करें, उन पर कमेंट करें और हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें.